Welcome to the Fur and Feathers Homestead. Here we learn about gardening, farming, preserving food, and just sustainability for our family.
Alrighty. Yesterday was a crazy busy day. We had a huge Aldi and Sam's haul, as well as a couple other stores that we'll be going over. But first, let's dive into this Aldi haul, and so that I can get all this freezer food back into the freezer. So I always try to get this 2-pound family pack of salmon. It usually only lasts one meal for us. My kids absolutely love fish and shrimp, and so we try to have this maybe a couple times a month. I also have tilapia that I need to use. But we try to have some type of seafood a couple times a month. And then I wanted to go ahead and stock up on some corn. Usually I get the organic, non-GMO corn, but it is like double the price of this. So I just went ahead and grabbed the regular corn, and I grabbed 4 bags of these just to have on hand. And if I'm going to Aldi probably next month and just getting a couple things, I'll probably grab the organic corn whenever I'm just grabbing a couple at a time versus like 4 or 5. I went ahead and grabbed some of these green beans. I think we still have a couple, so I just try to keep these in stock and grab 2 or 3 whenever I go to Aldi. We're also running low on some cauliflower rice. We don't eat it all the time, but it's a really nice filler in some of the keto meals that I make. And I mean, you can just really throw cauliflower rice into anything. And then we have an unopened bag of strawberries already in the freezer, so I just got 1 this time. And so we can just keep on with our smoothies and just have in some of these. But we also got fresh strawberries, so I didn't want to get too many frozen ones because the boys are already going crazy over the fresh ones. Their butter was semi on sale. I think it was like $2.50 for a pound. So I grabbed 3 packs, and what I really want to do is to make up some ghee. So I've just been stockpiling some Aldi butter to then render it down so that it can be shelf-stable ghee. And eventually I'll get to that. Don't know when, but eventually. And then I want to go ahead and get some cream cheese on hand to make some desserts and stuff. And then I just throw these in the freezer so they last longer. And having a little nice stockpile of cream cheese is never a bad thing. And I think that is all the cold stuff from Aldi. I didn't grab any fruits or veggies or fresh fruits or veggies from Aldi this time because last time they just didn't taste all that great. So I grabbed them from Food Lion and the farm store this time. One of my favorite finds yesterday at Aldi were these herbs. So I grabbed a big bush of rosemary and then a big old pot of basil. And you can see that there's like 8 basil plants in here, and they were only $3.29 each. Each pot was $3.29, and I love herbs so much. And I've tried to grow them from seed. I think I have maybe 1 rosemary that's still trying to grow. I've had some setbacks as far as the seed starting has gone. This will be my first year really growing plants from seed. I usually get transplants. So it's been a learning curve for sure. And so I wanted to go ahead and get some just staples. I love rosemary and I love basil. And then I also went ahead and grabbed a sweet banana pepper plant. We don't eat a ton of banana peppers. My husband really likes them, and then I've fermented them before. My kids like them, and then you can put them on roast and stuff like that. On to the dry goods. As you can see, it was a huge haul, and that's what I've been doing, is doing a really large Azure order 1 month, and then the next month I do a really large Sam's and Aldi haul. And so this month was the Sam's and Aldi haul, and I really wanted to stock up on staples and canned goods and stuff like that. So technically it's not like the healthiest looking stuff, but this is more for our prepared pantry, if you will. We do like spaghetti, obviously, so I went ahead and grabbed 2 more angel hair pasta noodles and some lasagna noodles. I was needing a couple more of those. I think I'm down to like 1 more box. And then, and all these noodles are very, very budget friendly at Aldi. So we don't, like I said, we don't eat a ton of pasta, but it's probably maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks that we eat pasta. So they should last me for a little while. I got a box of the penne, and this is 16 ounces, so I think all these are 1 pound boxes, except for the spaghetti noodles is 2 pounds. And then this was a 12 ounce box of the tricolor rotoni, and my kids really wanted this. I don't know why. I guess because of all the different colors. I don't know if they've ever had them before, but they picked those out, and so we went ahead and grabbed them. And then I just got a pound of the regular looking rotoni noodles as well. I'm running a little bit low on brown sugar. I know that you can mix it with molasses, but just to have on hand, I just grabbed a bag. I think I have molasses in my cabinet. I'm pretty sure that I do. And I have sugar, so I can just make my own. But I just wanted to have an already made bag on hand. I grabbed a can of sweetened condensed milk and then a can of evaporated milk. And I like to just have these on hand. I'm getting low on tomato paste, and I really like pairing tomato paste with tomato sauce, and it just gives a richer sauce consistency. I don't even know how to explain it. I just really like it. So I grabbed 4 of the tomato paste from Aldi, and I will be I will be incorporating all of the prices at the bottom. So I make my own chicken bone broth, beef bone broth, whatever bones I have, I throw it in the crock pot, and I make my own bone broth. But I have not gotten into the pressure canner yet. I've been so busy worrying about my garden and my plants that just has not been on the list to do yet. So I went ahead and just grabbed this. I already have a bunch of bone broth in the freezer, but I do not have any on the shelf. So I really wanted to get some shelf-stable broth. It's not bone broth. It's chicken broth. It is organic, at the very least. So I only bought 1 because these are very expensive. But I thought starting with 1 would be a really good place to start in case I need it for whatever reason. Never know. I already have a pretty good stockpile of these diced tomatoes with green chilies. I probably have 7 or 8 of these cans already. But we really like them in any type of chicken taco soup or taco mix of any kind. I like to just dump these in there. So I always grab a couple, 1 or 2 whenever I go to Aldi, just to keep my stockpile up. I grabbed just I guess this is really like the Aldi brand of hot sauce. It's pretty cheap, and we like to make a buffalo chicken dip out of it. I think there's a keto one, guys. You see that ant? We have black ants, and I've been trying to get rid of them. They're very annoying and very persistent. I went ahead and grabbed, like I always do, 2 of the unsweetened applesauces from Aldi. Always keep a running stock of these. If you caught my last video, then you saw where I was talking about how we use this for my kids to give them supplements or activated charcoal or anything like that. My oldest can actually swallow pills now, which is really helpful, but my other 2 need the applesauce for, like, I'll open the activated charcoal capsule and pour it on the applesauce, and they'll eat it that way. And then my oldest has to have applesauce in order to take the capsules. So this is always good to have on hand. It's a really good backup for when we run out of apples during the month and they like to just snack on some applesauce. You can also use this as a substitution in baking. There is so many ways you can use applesauce, so it's just really great to have on hand. And it's shelf stable for now until you open it, and then you have to put it in the fridge. My youngest also really wanted to grab some pepperonis. We don't usually get these. They are definitely not healthy, really. As far as our standards go, this is not very healthy. But I decided to let them have it. We'll probably make some homemade pizza soon. And usually I just make like a sausage pizza with sausage on top. We have plenty of pig sausage left over from when we had our pigs butchered. So I try to use that up on top of our pizzas. But he really wanted some pepperonis. He really loves pepperonis. And so I really need to figure out a good way to make pepperonis from the meat that we have. So if you have any, I don't know, if you have any way of making pepperonis at home, please let me know, because my kids really like these. And yeah, I don't know about the ones from the store. And the ones that are, you know, have healthier ingredients are very expensive. So I got 2 gallons of purified water. Earlier I had gotten 2 distilled gallons of water from IGA, but I like to have both on hand, and so those will just go in our pantry closet. And actually I've had to give these away to my sister before because their water went out. They're on well water, and she was needing some water. And so it's always good to have these things on hand in case you or a family member or a friend, you know, they lose water, they lose power, whatever it is that they need water for, you know, you have it. And always encourage them to, you know, stockpile their own. I always try to grab some active dry yeast wherever I go, to whatever store, usually Aldi. I grabbed, I think, 4 packs. And I will stick these in the freezer and they'll last longer. This is what we make a lot of our bread with. Sandwich bread. I've made dough with it. I've made flatbread. I've made breadsticks and yeast rolls and all the things. So this is always good to have on hand. I went ahead and grabbed a couple more yellow mustards. They'll last a really long time. My kids really like mustard with hamburgers and hot dogs. And then I use it for egg salad, which egg salad season is definitely coming up because we have so many eggs right now. I'm about to put a dozen in the Instant Pot to hard boil them. And then I went ahead and grabbed 2 more 4-pound bags of sugar from Aldi. I will probably be ordering a really big bag from Azure next month of sugar because I realized that we're kind of running low on it. And I've been making pre-mixes for my pancakes and pumpkin bread and brownies and all that. And so I get all the dry mix already made up, put in a jar, and put in the cabinet. And I've found that that helps so much whenever I just need a dessert. Whenever someone comes over, if we're going somewhere, I can just throw that together very quickly. And I really enjoy having that on hand. And so it made me realize that we were getting low on sugar. So I just went ahead and grabbed these. We don't really use sugar in like a day-to-day thing. It's more of baking and baked goods type things, which we don't eat on a daily basis. I really like their organic ketchup. Really like it. I don't know why it tastes so different, but it does. And so I have a couple of these, and I even ordered, I found a really good deal on Vitacost a little while ago, and they had organic ketchup for like $1.60 or something like that. And so I grabbed like 5 or 6 of those. So I have a lot of ketchup right now, but I always want to stay stocked, and you know, I won't have to buy ketchup for a little while anyway. I grabbed 2 baking cocoa containers. I did realize that I opened my last one that I have on hand the other day because, like I said, I was making those pre-mixes of brownie mix. And so I wanted to go ahead and grab 2 of those just to have them on hand. And then I grabbed this 100% black cherry juice. And I want to say that my Nana or someone told me that this was really good to take at night. It really, it's supposed to help you sleep or something. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to do a little bit more research on this. But we don't buy a lot of juice. But I don't know. Something just told me to grab this. Sometimes you just got to follow your like gut instinct and just grab whatever you need or you feel like you need. So let me do a little bit more research, and I'll probably post a little picture to the side on the benefits of black cherry juice. And of course, we got our favorite blue corn tortilla chips from Aldi, the organic ones. They are so good. We use them mainly for nachos, with our taco skillets, with our chicken taco soups, that type of thing. Sometimes we'll snack on them with some salsa, but mainly they're used for like a dinner side. And so I did grab 6 of them this time because the last couple of times I've grabbed 4 bags and that just was not enough to sustain us through the month. And then I also grabbed a gallon of vinegar, which I always try to keep on hand. Canning, laundry stuff, cleaning. Vinegar is good for everything. And then before we get to all the cans, I did grab 3 jars of salsa. I made some salsa up with the frozen tomatoes that I had from last year, but they kind of got freezer burn, and so the salsa tastes funky. So this year I will most definitely be making salsa with our fresh tomatoes and canning that up, and then putting the rest of the tomatoes in the freezer for making tomato sauce. So like I said, I grabbed 3 of those, and I like to put that in our taco skillet too, just to give it a little bit more flavor and stuff. So moving on to our mountain of cans. These are a backup to a backup type of thing. So I want to just be prepared for whatever comes our way, whenever. So my husband and I decided that we would like to get, just start getting a few cans at a time. And since I only go to the grocery store once a month, it's not like, oh, just 2 or 3 cans a week. We just go ahead and get it all once a month. And so this is what that is. So if you go to the grocery store once a week and you just laid all your cans out on the table, it will probably add up to the same amount. So, not trying to like look too crazy, but this is what we've decided to do, and we believe that this is the best option for our family, to just go ahead and to stockpile some canned goods for just in case. So I want to start with some fruit. I got the fruit cocktail and 100% juice, and I know that not all of this is the best, but whenever I do, I try to get the best of what is available within reason, because I'm not going to spend a lot of money on the backups of backups, you know what I mean? So this is kind of like if we don't have anything else left to eat, or if the power goes out and the food in the fridge is no good, or whatever the scenario may be. So the fruit cocktail and 100% juice, I got 3 cans of those, and they have, I don't even know what they have. I just know that my husband really liked these as a kid, and he still likes them. Where's the ingredients? Let's see. They got pineapple, pears, grapes, peaches, cherries, all that yummy stuff. My boys also really like pineapples, so I got the pineapple chunks and 100% pineapple juice. I got 2 of those. Those are bigger cans too. They're the 20-ounce ones. I went ahead and grabbed 2 more cans of pumpkin. I just really like to have pumpkin on hand. It's also really good to substitute in baking if you need, I think, what did it say? Like eggs or some of the wet ingredients. Maybe some oil. I don't remember. I just know that I really like having pumpkin on hand, and so I try to get a couple cans, have a couple cans in my pantry, and then I also have the pureed fresh pumpkin from last fall still in the freezer. Alrighty, moving on. I love Mandarin oranges. I grew up on these, the ones in the little plastic cups especially, but I thought that these would probably be more bang for my buck at the 15-ounce can in light syrup versus the heavy syrup and all that. I actually got 4 of those because my kids are a lot like me. We love Mandarin oranges, and they usually I get the fresh Mandarin oranges, and we eat those throughout the month, but just in case we need them in a can, I have them in a can. I'm going to scoot these over so I know what I've already done. So the next side is mainly protein and beans, lots of beans. And we're not a big bean family, so these should last a little while. I like to put it in soups and stuff, but we're really moving out of soup season, and I don't like to eat a lot of hot stuff during the summer. I can't. So I have some mild chili beans. I grabbed 2 of those. I've never had these before, but I've heard that they're really good for you, the Great Northern beans. So we're going to try those. I grabbed 2 of those. And then we really like kidney beans in our chicken taco soup and our Cajun quinoa skillet. We still eat kidney beans throughout the summer. And so I got 1, 2, I think 4 of those because we eat those the most. And then I found, and I've been hearing of these cannellini beans, but I didn't realize they were just white kidney beans. And I was like, ooh, those sound delicious. So I grabbed 2 cans of those, and we'll just probably add them in place of the kidney beans. And then I got 2 cans of black beans. I went ahead and grabbed a big old can of baked beans, country style, just to have on hand. I think I have a couple still in the pantry. We don't eat them a ton, but they're a really good side if we're eating barbecue or something fast. Grilling season is upon us, and we like some baked beans. I need to learn how to make them myself because I bet you they will be delicious from scratch. But like I said, we're just trying to get some stuff stockpiled. I also like to grab a couple cans of the tuna, chunk light tuna and water. I'm not crazy about the ones in oil. That just sounds disgusting to me, but if you like that, that is totally fine. I grabbed 3 cans of those. And really, I need to figure out the best way to eat tuna because I know all the fish is so good for you. So I really need to find a good recipe for tuna, but I just don't know that I can make a tuna salad. I think it'd have to be in maybe those chicken fritters type things. I probably have to make it like that. I went ahead and grabbed some pork and beans. I grabbed 3 of those just to have on hand. I liked pork and beans growing up. I went ahead and grabbed some Wild Alaska pink salmon in the can. Salmon patties is what I'm planning on making with this, and we will see how it goes. I'm a little bit nervous because I was not raised on meat from a can. Not saying that it's bad. I was just I think my mom was kind of freaked out by it, so it's kind of just trickled down the line of being scared of canned meat for some reason that I'm not even sure why. So we are going to give that a try because I plan on pressure canning our own meat anyway, so might as well start here. So I'm going to try these as salmon patties, and then I went ahead and grabbed some canned chicken breast. I've never cooked with canned chicken before, but I feel like it would probably be good in really anything. So we're going to try it and see how it goes. I'm not even quite sure how much chicken is in here or how much this will make. So I just grabbed 1 can to kind of experiment with. And if it goes well, I'll probably be grabbing a few more of these and the salmon. I went ahead and grabbed a couple cream of chicken. I like making this myself from scratch. It is way more delicious and flavorful than the cans. But like I said, backups for backups. And then some beef ravioli. We just don't eat this. But this would be a really fun meal for my kids if the power ever went out. And I was raised on, Chef Boyardee, beef raviolis, SpaghettiOs, all that stuff. I just don't find the ingredients to be all that great for my family. So we just do not eat these ever. But like I said, it would be fine for, if the power goes out. It's totally fine to consume these things once in a blue moon, and I'm okay with that. I really am. So, that was my big old grocery haul from Aldi. Now, I've got to put all this stuff up. So, this is our Sam's order. I'm going to go through the cold stuff really fast so I can get that back in the refrigerator. I went ahead and grabbed a 2-pack of orange juice. I usually get the organic brand from Aldi, but this was a really good price, and we haven't had orange juice in a while, so I just grabbed that. We have run out of chickens and run out of chickens to process. The rest of our chickens are laying and roosters that we want to keep, so I just went ahead and grabbed a big pack of chicken thighs, which was only $8, and then a really big pack of drumsticks for $6. And I will maybe do something with the drumsticks, but usually I just throw all the chicken like this, or the thighs, in the crock pot, cook it all down, and just have shredded chicken. Use the bones for bone broth. I like to usually get a higher quality of chicken, but our budget is more friendly with this, and so this is what I got. And I really hope that everyone just does whatever they can, tries to go more whole foods, tries to go organic when they can, but I don't want that to deter people from actually getting food and like real food. So just get the best quality that you can at the time. I also just found a farm, which we had ordered from maybe a couple years ago, that does a wholesale chicken price. So they deliver via truck, and you get pounds and pounds, at least 40 pounds of chicken. So I'm planning on making a really big order for that at the end of this month. And then we have some romaine hearts, which these were like a little over $4, and these looked really good, so I went ahead and grabbed those. A lot of other places, these romaine hearts just seemed really expensive, so I went ahead and grabbed that. And then I think that's all the cold stuff. So next up is this 15-pound bag of baking soda. This is used really just for my laundry detergent. It has lasted a really long time, and for just cleaning purposes. But I went ahead and grabbed another bag because my other 15-pound bag is getting low. I've literally had that one since last year sometime. So that lasts me a really long time. I went ahead and grabbed these 12-ounce cups. There's 300 of them, just for if we get sick again. I'm going to try to keep a stockpile of paper plates and plastic cups and disposable forks and spoons and stuff, because when, like, we had the stomach bug, I guess a month ago now, and we were so sick. Of course, we really didn't eat very much at all, but there were still dishes, you know. People still had to eat and drink some stuff, and that was rough to try to catch back up on. So I decided to go ahead and start getting some disposable products to help with if there's a power outage, if we all get sick again, whatever the case. If I get sick and then, Josh still has to cook, at least it'll be a little bit easier on the cleanup, that type of thing. So I went ahead and grabbed those. And I'm just going to get like one at a time. So maybe next month I'll get the big thing of plates, because these things, for this many, it's pretty expensive. So that was the best deal I think I found, but like the plates and spoons and all that stuff is more expensive. We are doing Easter lunch on Saturday, so what I'm supposed to be bringing is green beans and corn. So I went ahead and just grabbed a really huge can from Sam's, and I'll put these in the crock pot and let them go and cook them down with some seasoning, maybe some butter, corn. So that's not usually something I get from Sam's unless it's a holiday, because we have a lot of family and we eat a lot. I went ahead and grabbed 2 containers of maple syrup. I ran out just a couple weeks ago, and I was missing that in my coffee so much. I really love it. And I've been doing a mid-afternoon iced coffee at home, and I didn't even realize I could make iced coffee at home, and then I did, and wow, game changer. It's better to me than Starbucks, and 3 simple ingredients, exactly how I make my morning coffee, except it is like room temperature coffee with ice cubes. and everything else, like the maple syrup and milk and all that. So super simple and cost effective, and for me, it feels like a little treat. So, move those over. This is a pack of 2 Epsom salt bags, 7-pound bags. We do detox baths, which we use Epsom salt in, and then I also put this in my laundry detergent that I make up, and I can link the description below for that because I've been getting, I'm trying to stockpile all my laundry stuff, so I'll have it for a while, and I'm very curious to see how long it will last me. So I'm hoping it'll last 6 months. We'll see. I went ahead and grabbed another 2-pound bag of the pecan halves. My kids and I are really enjoying these. We'll stick a few chocolate chips in like a little bowl with them, or raisins, and that'll just be a little quick snack that we like to have. And then I ran out of my olive oil, which I usually would get from Costco, but it is just really expensive for the organic one. And I've really just been using this for making infusions with different herbs, and I found plantain and purple dead nettle in my yard, and so I went ahead and used those in some infusions. But I just wanted to go ahead and have this on hand for whenever I need it. I also grabbed 2 more really large, 48-ounce bottles of lemon juice for canning and other things, cleaning. The Ritz crackers were on sale for $7 something, and so I grabbed 2 boxes of those in place of the Keebler Club crackers, which we usually get for a quick snack. These boxes last us a really long time, and so I'm hoping to put these up and away before the kids start getting into them, because we don't do a lot of crackers and chips and all that stuff. I also went ahead and purchased the really big thing of paper towels from Sam's. I just wanted to go ahead and be prepared. I'm tired of running out of paper towels because I don't get that many, and I prefer to use our cloth towels and stuff in place of paper towels, but when we need them, I want to just go ahead and have them. So we also really like the toilet paper from Sam's, so I went ahead and grabbed a big pack of these. And I had to get a lot of stuff from my dad and my sister at Sam's as well, so I couldn't fit another one in my cart. I actually had a really hard time seeing over my cart. So I just had one shipped to my door, and so I'll have 2 of these unopened, and my goal is to have at least 1, preferably 2, unopened packs of toilet paper on hand at all times, and that should last us a few months. I hope that you enjoyed today's grocery haul video, and that if you did like it, you would stick around, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and stay tuned for the next huge order from Azure.